Okay, let's talk Mortal Kombat. I watched the movie twice so far, and it's an alright movie. Uh, the first half of the movie is really good, although they messed it up because Sub Zero doesn't kill the Shiryu. It's actually Shang Tsung who morphs into Buhan, Sub Zero, and kills the Shiryu. To where in this movie they actually made it Sub Zero who kills uh, the Shiryu and Scorpion. So, all right, whatever. I'll take it. um. So after that whole fight, which was really good, it was okay. No, it was really good. I liked it. The only thing that I didn't like was in between the fights, the camera switched directions. Um, which I understand why, but they didn't have to go that far back into the trees. Whatever. Okay, cool. Other than that, it was a good fight. And when did Scorpion ever have a daughter? That's what I was kind of contemplating when watching the movie. I was like, yo, he never had a daughter. His whole family got slaughtered. But whatever, I can see where I can see why they did it that way. And who's Cole? I don't know why WB decided like, hey, let's make a brand new character who, spoiler alert, is the daughter is Scorpion's daughter's future whatever. Okay, that's how they entwine Cole into Scorpion through his bloodline. Which doesn't make any sense to me because he never had a daughter. Cole, the actor, is probably really good. I don't know much about him other than the little bit of things that I heard through other videos on him. But the character is garbage. It's a garbage character. The actor is really good. I don't know if it was his acting that was bad for this movie or if it was just how he was written. But he's garbage. An MMA fighter that sucks. Or he used to be good and now he sucks. How that happens, and he seems to be a middle-aged dude, maybe in his, I want to say, early 30s, maybe? Whatever. Anyway, that character was just garbage. Who they have for Jax, I felt Jax was okay. Jax, to me, he looked like how Jax would really be. Sonya is one of my favorite characters. I main Sonya in a lot of Mortal Kombats. She was alright, I guess. Some of her lines were kind of flat, and I was like, alright. Now, again, I'm gonna blame that on dialogue. I mean, what can you really do? And she was really just trying to track down the birthmark. Like, she was really like, oh, I need a birthmark. Okay. The feud with her and Kano is over the birthmark. Like, they changed that. The reason why Kano and Sonya really hate each other is because Kano killed Sonya's partner. And that's why she hates Kano. But in this movie, her and Jax were tracking down a guy that had the birthmark. I guess because Jax had one already, and Sonya wanted one. But then Kano killed the guy, and he got the birthmark. I guess, whatever. Yeah. But the whole second half of the movie is boring. It's really boring. I mean, I was sitting there looking at my phone, answering text messages. It was boring. Even that was on my first watch through. Through the second, I was kind of like, yo, should I take a nap? Should I not? It was just really boring. Um, Kung Lao did not look like Kung Lao at all. Um, eh, um, I just felt like he was a bad Kung Lao. I didn't like his Kung Lao. Um, Same thing with Liu Kang. Liu Kang didn't look like Liu Kang. Now I like Liu Kang from the first movie. That's my Liu Kang. Okay. From I think came out in '95. I want to say that is my Liu Kang. This one he felt kind of like watered down. There was a scene where everybody's going through the temple, and he's like, "Huh, this is Lord Raiden. You shouldn't enter." Like, bro, what are you doing? You don't need to do all of that. Like, who told you to do that? Who greenlight was like, yeah, that's good. Keep that. Like, no, that was stupid. Hands down, Kano he's the star of the movie. Yeah, he's the star of the movie. Cole is he's trash. Why they have Cole, I don't know. They should have used Johnny Cage. I felt like Johnny Cage would have been a way better character to use. Kind of like what they did with the first one, which is why it works for Johnny Cage, because he's an actor who doesn't really understand what's going on. And that would have worked again. You know, Sonya and Jax could have been like, hey, we're tracking down these little birthmark tattoo things, and it's been going on for centuries about this whole big fight against Otherworld, you know, and kind of explaining things, and then they go meet Liu Kang, and Liu Kang is like, okay, so this is Raiden, and then explains everything to him, and Johnny Cage would have just been a so much better choice than this new Cole Young. Like, half of the second going into the third act is just him and his stupid family. Like, I don't care about the character. So if I don't care about the character, I don't give a fuck about his family. Fuck his family. Now, also, Shang Tsung was very boring. He was a very boring character. I was just sitting there like, yo, he doesn't do anything. The only thing he does is, once again, spoiler alert, he kills Kung Lao. Which, I hate Kung Lao. I'm not a big Kung Lao fan. I thought that scene was pretty dope. I was like, thank you, they killed him. Although it's not supposed to be him that kills him, it's supposed to be Goro, but whatever. So yeah, there was that. They also played one of my favorite characters. You know, I like Mileena. Mileena in this movie was okay for the little bit of screen time that she had. She was all right. I mean, I wish they would have gave her more screen time. I think she got maybe like 5-6 minutes screen time. And then in her fight, she was just teleporting a lot, and it's like, use your sights. Use all your other moves that she's got in the games that they didn't implement. It was just, oh yeah, she could teleport. Okay, boom, we'll put that in the movie. There's more to her than just the teleporting. She's got the roll. She has where she throws the scythes. She has that one move where she jumps on you and she bites you a bunch of times. Which they didn't use any of that. But yeah, the whole story was kind of watered down, and I understand that they were trying to bring in new fans. They were trying to cater to older fans of the franchise and also bring in new fans. But you can't do that. You know, let NetherRealm do that. Let NetherRealm bring in new fans. For a movie, you're supposed to be catering to the fans. You don't want to bring in new fans. Fuck new fans. If they haven't gotten into Mortal Kombat from the early 90s till now, they're never going to get into it. They're never going to get into it. And for the newer fans that are trying to get into it, go play the game. Play the games, you know? You can right now on PlayStation, you could pick up Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate Edition for like $30. Okay, which is a good game to try and to get into because it kind of goes through the story, but then like rewinds a lot of things that happened. So it's pretty much restarting the franchise, which is pretty cool, you know. But you can't do that in a movie. You can't. The blood and gore of the movie was okay, you know, nothing we haven't ever seen before. Um, when Cole was fighting Goro, and he got like this stupid armor, and he had like these nunchuck stick things, which he's never done in the show. I don't know how in the movie, I don't know how he was able to know how to use those weapons when fighting Goro. But yeah, he was just using him. He was just hitting him with him, and then he sliced open his stomach or something. You know, it was, and a little bit of his intestines came out as he was falling. Okay, your ability is stupid. He's just a horrible character. Who else? Who else was in the movie? You know, then they had some other people from, like, I think it was Mortal Kombat 4. I really don't remember Mortal Kombat 4. It wasn't a good game in my opinion, so I kind of skipped over it a little bit. I think I played it at a friend's house a few times. But yeah, you know, but then there were some things about the movie that I did like. I did like how they implemented some of the fatalities. Like how Kano was fighting, I guess, Reptile. Let's call him Reptile. Because he's not my reptile, he's just a reptile. And he, like, rips his heart out of his chest, and he's like, fatality. Like, alright, that's pretty cool. You know, Kung Lao did his hat fatality. And then was like, flawless victory. Like, okay, I like that. Then they also threw in a couple of little Easter eggs that I picked up with right away. They had Nightwolf, Kodokan. They had Katana's fan in Raiden's temple, which was okay. Why isn't she in the movie? She's another one of my favorite characters, but she wasn't in the movie. And Raiden, he didn't do anything. He was very boring and bland. He was like, "Oh, I can't interfere with Shang Tsung coming in here and trying to kill everybody. I really can't interfere. All you guys can do is really train." And he puts up this bubble so that they can all kind of train together. Which, okay, whatever, fine. You can't interfere. Whatever, fine. Gods won't let you. Cool. But then Shang Tsung's kind of like, I'll give a fuck what they say. Who's gonna stop me? Let's go kill Earth World champions. So that's kind of like a little plot hole for me. Like, if he could do it, why can't Raiden do it? Why can't Raiden interfere? But whatever. They kind of they killed off a couple of main hitters. Like Kano, he's dead, and he was the star of the movie. They killed Melina, which is whatever, you know. I wish she had more screen time, like I said. Kung Lao's dead. And I'm pretty sure that there's others that I just can't remember at this precise moment. Well, yeah, well, we all know a Reptile, he's dead. So yeah, you know, I mean, but that's all in like the third to the fourth half of the movie, where the movie's almost done, which is another thing that's kind of like, There's no tournament in the movie, but there's a tournament, kind of, sort of, which is, I don't know what they were doing with that. And yeah, and they want to give this movie a second. They're hoping that if this movie does really good, that they'll do a second movie. The movie was average. I give it a 5. And a 5 because the dialogue was bad. The actors did the best they could. And really, Cole sucked. The whole movie was based around Cole, and Cole just sucked. It was an average movie. I can't, as a fan, I can only give you so much points, but it's average. It's an average movie. Do I see it getting green light for a second movie? Maybe, because it's Warner Brothers and they just like to waste money. I'm pretty sure. I know with their TV shows, they, like Batwoman, they greenlight that shit for a second season and a third season, and that was horrible. So it depends on what kind of, if they're really invested into the movie. I mean, it wasn't a big budget movie, so they probably won't lose any money. But if they were to do a second movie, they gotta redo everything they did with this one. They gotta make the gods resurrect the Earthworld people. You gotta bring Kano back. If that's the reptile they're gonna go with, they gotta bring him back and give him his human form. Give me the Sub-Zero not Sub-Zero. Give me the reptile that I want. Give me the human reptile. The invisibility was dope. The acid was cool, but I didn't see any of his acid balls where he has the fast one. He's got the slow one. He did use his tongue a little bit in the movie and the invisibility, but I didn't see any sliding in it that he could have done. That's the reptile that I like. I like the Mortal Kombat 2 reptile. And then like Sub-Zero and Scorpion. Like, you don't see Scorpion throughout the whole movie except for the end. And the only way he's able to beat fucking Sub-Zero is with the help of Cole. So they definitely got to bring Sub-Zero back. You got to bring my boy back. I don't want to hear that, he's made into snow, into smoke. No. If y'all gonna get 4 movies, or you guys are pushing for 4 movies, you got to bring the original Sub-Zero back, because y'all did my man's dirty. Y'all did him horrible. How are you gonna jump him like that? No. I didn't see any of the freezing ground shit that he does. That wasn't in there. I think he did maybe like 2 ice balls, which was okay, and then they gave him the shield, the frost wall, which was pretty dope. But you can't make him turn into smoke that fast. Nah, not off one movie. Hell no. Yeah, and you got to give Scorpion more screen time. I'm not a big Scorpion fan, but I like him. But you got to give him more. Going into this movie, that's what I wanted. I wanted more Scorpion. And yeah, like, now they're gonna go. Apparently, they're gonna go and get Johnny Cage if the second one is greenlit. So we'll see. I mean, I'll give it a 5. That's what it is for me. It's a 5. It was very boring. The second half, all of the second half, and a good portion of the third half was just boring nonsense bullshit that really didn't even really need to be there. You could have fast forward through all that bullshit, and you won't miss anything. All right, so I'm just putting out my review. If you disagree with me, let me know. Write it down in the comments. I do read the comments. Yeah, we'd like to debate a little bit on what you guys thought about it. So, like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.